Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. Welcome back, and yes, I'm back. It's been a while. We have been away, and my hubby had to have some tests done, so that's all done now. And I've sort of done a fair bit of crafting before, and of course when we came back to finish it all off. So I've got lots of new goodies happening in my store, but I need to probably make about 3 videos, because unless I go live I can probably share them, but at this point in time I just can't do it. So I'm just going to remove some of these, because these are going to be in there as well, and I'll just show you after. So I might do a journal at a time. If I can get 2 journals done, that would be great. But let's start with the Florist. My previous video I showed you how I put the cover together, and I'm sorry it had no voice. I had no choice on that one, but you would have seen what I did, how I got the colours with the chalk and that. So what I've done was then I've covered it with cheesecloth, and I used the hanky, coffee dyed hanky as well on the back, just to show some of those beautiful prints. The image itself, I had this for about 3 or 4 years now, and I was going to make those really long paper dolls. So it's been sitting in my drawer for ages, and this is of a book page, a window, the snap of a window, and I thought, how cool would that be, you know, being the florist standing in front of a shop there, so with a beautiful bunch of flowers. So I've done a fair bit of, there's a lot of texture in this journal. Popped in some buttons and a bit of ribbon, the applique. This is the flower from that I took apart, so it was a foam and not paper. This is like fabric flower. Used some of my just normal black cotton there. Did a bit of little bit of a bow there. A couple little sparkles here and there. Metal filigree, absolutely gorgeous, and a little dangle. Now the cover itself is glued and stitched right around. Very secure, but very, very squishy. And of course, as you can see, I got carried away. Now this journal has got a bit of a twist to it. And you'll see what I mean. It's tied up with a beautiful crochet trim. And you open her up, and behold, there's, you know, it's all closed. So what I've used is I've used a gift bag as a cover for the signatures, and I sewed the signatures onto the gift bag, and then the gift bag onto the cover, so it's only 1 row stitching on there. And I've kept it how it is. I've just opened the bottom up, which is right here, and that was, I think, was the top of the bag. Yes, it's still got the seam there. So yes, and that way you have 2 pockets. So if you don't need to use the journal, but you wanted to jot something down onto here or pop something in the pocket, yes, you can just open it up and pop it in the pocket. So that was my idea of it. And the Florist, of course, you know, so many flowers, so many orders, you know, it's got just carried away. So here you'll find the bookmaker's note, which goes in every one of my journals. I've made a little tag, a little bit of stamping there, backed it onto some lined paper so you can journal on it quite nicely. Did a fair bit of decoupaging with magazine photos, book pages and napkins, as you'll see. Here I've made one with a book page, did a fussy cutout of the basket of flower arrangement, and some cheesecloth underneath. And just let's open her up, which is with coffee dyed ribbon. Okay, it's double ribbon just to keep it nice and secure, so you can see it's all nice and squishy, I tell you. Excuse me. In here, I get a bit excited when I share these journals, is a little booklet I've made, and of course it might be her little scrap booklet. You know, there's some ribbons, snippets of ribbons that she might use for gift wrapping, a little tag just in here, so a little pocket, and you can journal on that tag. I think this was a flip, yes, with another pocket just here. And it's got, I think this was an index card, yes, part of an index card, and this pops in there. And that flips out. That's the other side of the index card. Excuse me. And then just scrappy bits of paper. This is a piece of snippet of a fabric. And just, yeah, just my leftovers here. Book page. This little tuck spot just in here. So, yeah, so obviously might be writing in some little notes in here. And that just pops in there. Each signature I've popped in a piece of wrapping. It's wrapped with wrapping paper, and I just love this one. I actually tried to photocopy this and it comes out really cool, but in this case I've used the original. I've got an envelope flip here, okay, and this is a pocket. You can pop something in there, bit of washi tape that was gifted to me, and you open this up and you'll find some invoices of hers. And this is still from the kit from Tailor Made Journals. I'm just trying to use up all the paper now. And this is a piece of a ledger page. Okay, and I've printed that on some lined paper. Very heavy coffee dyed. But, you know, it's meant to look old, isn't it? And just fold this back up again so it just folds into itself. My fingers are cold, I'm sorry. Just like that, and then just pops in there. 5 degrees here, little Warri Elder today, New South Wales. And our mice plague is starting to diminish quite nicely, which is good. Bit of decoupage of this beautiful napkin that I have, and I use various parts of it, as you'll see. Obviously in order for Australia, because it's got some flowers, and this is, I've got it in my garden, and when it flowered I dried a few, and I've made like a specimen card, used a bit of burlap, corrugated cardboard, bit of hessian string just here, and that just goes into a little coffee dyed bag, just there. And yes, and here's another one of my cloths. Now I'll probably show you that in the next video. And I've just fussy cut out this check and backed it onto a bottom of a book page, and that looks really cool. So you've got a little tuck spot here, obviously a ticket, and she's collected a few Australian stamps already, so she must have had a few orders. And here's another piece of the decoupage napkin. My husband bought me this book last year with all these beautiful women dating from 1800s. And you're allowed to take out 10 images to use. And so most of the time I only use about 4 or 5 or 6 maybe. And because I looked into it just to make sure that I was legal, so I read all the instructions in the book, so that was pretty cool. So yes, so and I've made this little flip here, okay, and that's with an eyelet and an earring. One of my skins I just popped across there for a bit of interest, bit of decoupage. Pages are very heavy coffee dyed, as you can see, and I used my fancy scissors, used cheesecloth in between. This is a little tuck. Had no choice, because why, you would say, well, it was meant to be a tag, and because this wasn't dry properly, or I had glue here, it attached itself, so I can't take it out, so you can use it as a tuck spot. And here's the florist and hubby sorting out their plants, and little tuck spot here, another one of my little cloth tags, clothing and hats, and just pop that onto some cardboard. This is from a wedding stationery. I'm not sure if you can see the colour of this. It's like a yellow rose, and I fussy cut that yellow rose out, and looks pretty cool. A book page pocket, and you've got a tuck spot on the back, and you've got the pocket itself. Okay, here you've got a beautiful embossed envelope, and I've popped on some little flat back stick-ons, and I used my chalk very lightly to bring out to the embossing. Okay, and it's like two colors. I used a bit of pink and then the blue onto this what color was the envelope? Like a yellow envelope. Yes, really pretty. So you've got two tuck spots here. This is a bit of corrugated cardboard. See if you can see that. And this is fussy cut that out from a magazine. Bit of applique, a little bit of trim, a little bit of a ruffle. Here, decoupaged. Made a cabinet card here with a bit of applique, paper napkin around it. Here she is sorting out her flowers, and backed it with some book paper. And when I decoupage this on this piece of paper, before I sealed it to make the pocket, I've put in some cheesecloth just to give it that little tatty effect there. Bit of fussy cutting. This is the middle of this first signature, and it's from a diary. And here I've used a slide from Bonnie and Clive. Did a bit of collage with book papers, and here she is here with a little bunch of flowers. And on the back I've done the same with a different photo, and it's because it's nice and flat. A little half a page, I've just cut an opening in there with a little tag, journaling card there, and this is a snippet. This must be, she must have saved this from her ribbons, and it must have been made in Spain. And I just yeah, I had that from my old ribbon, like a skein, and had the wrapping around it, and that's what that is. From a necklace, and it's a beautiful little flower just there. Sorry about the sun's just coming through now. My little pocket, and obviously she's put some flower basket arrangements together. Okay, and I've just popped a ribbon, and you can take this off if you wish, and but you can journal on these, little secret journaling, okay, to and from. So this must be a little sample for a customer, and that just pops in there. One of my skins that I wasn't really happy with, but it landed itself quite nicely in this journal because she's holding all those beautiful flowers. And this is actually a flip out, okay, so you can journal on the back of it. Another one of those invoices held together by a little bow paper clip just there. One of my images. This was from magazine, and yeah, and I just orders attended to day or night. I can't remember where I got that from. I don't think it's from that Tim Holtz wording. I think I got it from somewhere else. And so yes, so oh yes, it was from sorry, a card making magazine, and when they advertise their business, and then I just cut that out. I thought that was pretty cool. This is a snippet of a doily, and it's a flip. Okay, here's the end of the first signature with the wrapping paper. Made a little tuck spot, little journaling card there with a little flip, and I've popped in this beautiful plain card, popped an eyelet. It's gorgeous. So as you can see, the two signatures have been sewn onto the gift bag itself, okay? And then the gift bag on its own has then been sewn to the cover. So you only have one signature, so it's very, very sturdy. That's why I got a bit carried away, I think. Beautiful decoupage here, snippet of a magazine, more decoupage, tablecloth. Okay, this must be an order for some flowers for a hat, and that must be the colour that the customer wanted. Here she is in the garden checking out the scent of the roses. Just made a little tag, backed it with some coffee dyed paper, and just a snippet of some coffee dyed lace trim, a little doily, and this was a button. This is actually a very old vintage button, this one. Wrapping paper, backed, and I popped on one of my pictures there, and that just flips out, and you've got a little journaling spot just there. Here you've got a little flip pocket, and of course another happy customer, a couple of sisters, send her a photo of their flowers in the hair, a little bouquet. I think this looks more like a corsage. And yeah, I did a bit of collage, bit of just let me see if I can make sure it doesn't close so I lose the spot. Yeah, so I did some brown gessoing. These numbers are from a book page for when they did I think it was a mathematical book page or something. Anyway, so I cut these numbers out because I thought, oh, they look really cool. Did a bit of stamping, and then I just put a little piece that I had left over on the back just to continue it on, and stitched around. This is a beautiful little old button, and that just goes in here. So you can even use it as a bookmark if you like, you know. Snippet here. This is gorgeous. Everybody probably knows this image, and look, she's ringing up the florist to say thank you for the lovely flowers she received. This frangipani and butterfly is from a stationery set that I got from the local op shop, and I cut that out, backed it onto a book page so you can only just see it, okay, only just see it, and then I've backed it onto coffee dyed paper so that it's quite sturdy to put a tag in. This lady here, at first her order was yellow roses, okay, changed her mind, she wanted pink. A little pocket here, bit of scrapbook paper, some more of my appliques, and here you've got a couple of tags. I embossed one of them here, fussy cut this out, and then I had this scrappy little thing lying around that was backed onto coffee dyed paper, so I've just popped that in there. And then on the back, and of course when I close this off again, when I glued these two pages together, I've popped in some fabric, okay, just so that it peeks out the edge. And here can probably is another tag, but we could probably use it as a bookmark if you wish. And love this little image with the girl and the big dog carrying the basket of flowers. Bit more of the napkin. This is from magazine. Here's one of my skins, and of course the Lantern Festival was on, so the florist had to cater for the flowers for the Lantern Festival, and I've stitched it onto some paper towel that's been painted by my friend. And of course another happy customer, this couple that got married, and she catered for providing all the flowers for the wedding, and they sent her this lovely card with all the postage stamp where they were. These are all original stamps, by the way, and they've also sent the florist a specimen card of the rose petals. So they've dried the rose petals, and they sent her some rose petals, and these are actually out of my garden. And the pocket's made from a waxed map page. So yeah, and I just left that so that you can pop that in wherever you like. This is a napkin, just a bit of script that I tore off, bit of stamping. This here is a little thank you seal that came with something, you know, when you buy something they put a little thank you seal sticker on it. So I ripped that off and I've just popped it on there. So they're saying thank you for the lovely flowers. How cool is that? Here's the other side, and you've got another little journaling card just in that little tuck spot just there. A little bow paper clip, and you can put that paper clip wherever you like, because it does come off. Okay, it's just a little paper clip, and but I've just popped that on there for a bit of interest. There you go. Here's another tuck spot, and I've made this little flip. This came from I think it was Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. Little lavender card, little tag, and then you can journal on here and pop something on there if you wish. And that just goes in here, and I didn't attach it to the page. You might want to attach it to a page and then make it into another tuck spot, you know, your choice. Opera, obviously going to the opera and to ballet recital. So yeah, so this is Miss Grace Pelotta. Okay, so it's from a magazine. I've made it into a flip. Okay, and of course the florist must have catered for all the flowers, supplied all the flowers for the function. And of course, when you have a room full of flowers, they smell like perfume, don't they? This was wrapping paper, and it was waxed, and I just cut out that little snippet. I just love it. Let's see if I can get it up here. Little girl in a cart being pushed around by her dad or brother. Looks more like a brother, I think. Another happy customer. Okay, they must have had a beautiful nighttime wedding, and the florist supplied all this beautiful flower arrangement. So they sent her a card to say thank you, and this is what it all looked like. And of course, it's a flip. Okay, and just tucks into that ribbon just there. A little pocket here, and of course the florist collected all the stamps from around the world. I won't go through all of them, but these are all originals. Here I've popped in a little stamp just in here. This is one from New Zealand. And of course, they've also sent their little snapshot photo. If I can get it out, yes. Happy customers. And this one is from Argentina, this stamp. So they were really happy customers. I might just pop that in that way. I'm sorry, my hands are really, really cold this morning. 5 degrees, unbelievable. So yeah, so that just goes in there, and then just tucks under here as well and holds that little stamp. So I won't go through all, oh, what did I do with that? I won't go through all the stamps. Some of these stamps are from my stash because I found a box full of them. My dad was a collector, and my brother gave them to me a while ago, and I'd forgotten all about them. So I've got a supply of stamps that'll outlast me a lifetime, I think. Bit of wrapping paper, fussy cut out. It's the end of the second signature. And then, of course, on the back, this was the bottom of a gift bag, okay? And it holds a tea card, and just for the record, little note, little tag, and a scrappy, and it got scrunched up little notebook just here. I stapled the pages in there, and that just goes in there, and I'll try to keep it flat this time, just like that, and just ties up. So I hope you're all well. I want to say thank you to and hello to my new subscribers. Here's a lovely piece from a magazine. I couldn't believe it when I found this. Oh, geez, excuse me. Sorry about this, ladies. Isn't that just super? Oh, just love all the soft colouring. So you can journal on this, or you can colour it in. Okay? And that just goes in that pocket. And then that just all closes together quite simply, just like that. It's very sturdy. This one won't be coming apart, that's for sure. It just ties up. I kept it short. You don't want another piece flipping around. Then I did a bit of decoupage just here, and just here, a little snippet. And on the back, someone sent the florist a thank you card. Beautiful flowers. She signed it, and it's backed onto a book page with still the old sticky tape on it, which I didn't want to take off. And of course, you know, here's a beautiful bouquet, flower bouquet. And just to finish it off, now I saw this idea from a Facebook group. I can't remember which one, because I belong to quite a few of them. When I do find it, I'll put the link on there, but yeah, don't hold your breath, because I really can't remember. So I just did a bit of you know, use some ribbon roses, little papers, little plastic, little green, bit of greenery, and just used music paper, and I just tied up a little bow with this. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. So yes, so that's the Florist, and I don't think I'll be able to do a video of the parasol one, because this has already taken me a while. I can only do 30 minutes on my phone. So this will be in my Etsy store, okay? And let me know your thoughts. I thought, oh, it's, you know, if you like squishy, it's squishy. It's not too dark and grungy, but you know, it started off perfectly square pages, and I just totally lost it, and I'm going, nope, it's not going to happen. So yes, so thank you very much for watching, and my next journal will be the parasol, with the actual parasol. So this is really, really, really grungy, and that will be part 2. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.